Hey y'all, hey, come on in. It's your girl Hope with JCD Creation. Guys, remember I told y'all I was gonna be tackling the monstrosity over here. Y'all remember I had boxes of bags and other stuff and totes, these little clear boxes, and I had a whole nother box, guys. I'm one box down. I start sorting the bags according to size. Excuse me, going in, guys. So this is where, remember I told you guys I will be sorting them on my black and yellow shelf. I have the size bags, different sizes. This is the 18 by 30. And I think this is the 12 by something. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to remeasure all of these bags. These are my body bags down here as well. So what I'm doing is pulling them out of the boxes, guys, because they're loose. They don't have, they're not in the rightful bag. So I'm sorting them. I'm also taking these. I'm putting the like items together still so that I could store these boxes. Let me sit this right here because that's where my pile is. I even got these small bags. And what I'm doing with these small bags, I'm putting them in another bucket. Let me show you. Let me grab it for you. I'm putting them in a bucket like, you know, the ones we get from Dollar Tree. I'm sorting them. I'm just throwing them in these because they're little. And this little bitty stuff you don't want to get in your way of organizing. So I'm just going to throw it in here for right now. So all the small things like this will go on the tote as well. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at. Y'all remember these boxes. I put these on the shelf. Y'all already saw. If you saw my last video, you know I'm storing them on this black shelf. I don't think I could turn it around. Let's see if I could turn the camera around without stopping it. Okay, y'all. Maybe not. Okay, anyway, if you saw the last video, the video before my haul, yeah, I know that I'm putting these on the shelf in their rightful places with my boxes, okay? And I have several of those. So all I'm doing is taking them out of here and place them in their rightful place. Let me see if I could raise this up so y'all can look down into the box. Let's see. Y'all see the box? So all of this stuff right here has to come off of this desk. This is my desk under here, guys. It's a beautiful antique desk that I have. Sorry about the noise. And bags that's too bad, like this, real bad like this. I'm using these to write the sizes on the bag. I will not be throwing these bags away. I'm going to recycle and use them. What I'm going to do is the bags that's really bad like this, and I don't think I can get the wrinkles out of them. What I'm going to do is write the size of the bag, put that size of the bag in here. And I have a stack for that as well, okay? So that's what I'm doing with that. How you guys doing today? I pray that all is well with everyone. And these bags like this, that you know your bags came in, I'm not tossing them. I'm putting all of these in a tote, okay? So once I measure my bags, I'm going to find the bag that they go in and put them in the bag. So what I've done is, when I find these bags, I'm putting them in this big bag to keep them confined, okay? That way, if I have it in a tote and I need to use that tote, I don't have to pick up individual bags. I can just pick up this one Ziploc bag and use the tote that I have them stored in, okay? If that makes sense. Because what we're trying to do is work efficient. And we don't want anything that's going to stop us from being efficient on what we're doing. And picking up individual bags will be one of them, okay? So let's move on. This is the tote that I have holding these. They're going to be where I can reach them if I run across any other empty bags, okay? So when you're sorting and organizing, you want to have the items close to you that you're going to be using to put the items in. Okay. So I'm sure these are the same size bags. Right here. Nope. They're different sizes. See that? See what I'm saying about these bags? They're not even in nothing. I was just throwing them, guys. Pulling in a haste to get the things done. You know, oh, rushing to get this basket together. I need this bag. This size didn't work. And listen, sometimes, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but there's different types of clutter, okay? What different type of clutter personalities as well. So, when we're putting things that does not belong, I mean, we take things out and we don't put them back up. That's called a lazy clutter, okay? That's your lazy clutter situation that you have, personality. That's what it's called, okay? So, I can go all into that later, but like I said, there's several clutter personalities that we have. So you just have to figure out what type of clutter your clutter is and what type of personality your clutter had. What's your clutter personality? So that's going to help you let go of things. That's going to help you organize things better. That's going to help you understand why your clutter is what it is. And we're going to get into that too. I'm not going to have this video too long because I want you guys to understand it, okay? I want you to understand your personality of clutter and the type of clutter that you may have and the reason that you may have it. Because there's a lot of things and a lot of reasons why people have clutter. Oh, Jesus. I'm out of breath, guys. I got up early this morning to take my husband to his procedure, only to get there, guys, and they've canceled it because they didn't verify the information properly. So, yeah. So, guys, I'm going to name 5 types of clutter, okay? You have your homeless clutter. That's because it doesn't have a space, okay? It doesn't have a designated spot for it to go. And so you just put it anywhere. So it's homeless. Makes sense, right? That type of stuff is probably like your, mail, loose coupons, and stuff like that. You just, okay, well, I don't have anywhere to put your extra change. Let me just put it right here. This mail, let me just throw it right here. I'll get it later. And, some people call it where they put their landing zone. It's just a catch-all. And it's because it doesn't have a home. And that's okay. In order to corral your homeless clutter, just get you a bucket or something to conceal your homeless clutter, because you know where your homeless clutter is at all times. You just drop it in there and just like, okay, that's a homeless clutter. Okay. And then you have your fantasy clutter. Your fantasy clutter is the things that you house and have an idea of what you want to do or want to be, but you're not quite there yet. Like, let me think of a good example. Maybe a hobby or something. Okay, you have a hobby. Okay, I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to start doing this craft. Okay, so you just hold on to that craft and you haven't done it yet. So that become your fantasy clutter. I know I can do it. It looks like it's fun. I want to do it, but then you never make time to do it. Okay, so that's called a fantasy clutter. And then you have your identity clutter. And your identity clutter is mostly the things that used to define you. Say that maybe if you were let's just say a doctor. Let's just use a military personnel, okay? You identify through your military uniforms. So when you retire, you want to hold on to every military uniform that you've ever had, especially for each rank. And then you want to hold on to pictures of photos of places you've gone. You collect all these shot glasses, stuff like that. That becomes identity clutter because it's something that identifies who you were at the time, and you don't want to let go of it because it's attached to who you used to be or something that you used to enjoy. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. And then you have the guilt clutter. And we all have guilt clutter, myself included. Your guilt clutter are items like you holding on to a dress or a shirt that someone gave you, a gift that someone gave you, a card that someone gave you, and you don't want to throw it away because it was given to you. And the most guilt kind of clutter we have are clutter. I wouldn't even say clutter, items of people that have passed on, and we just want to hold on to their things because we feel guilty about throwing them away or giving them away because that person is no longer here. So we have a guilt of getting rid of it. We have a guilt of giving away our kids' first shoes, and oh, my baby, this is my baby first pair of shoes. I don't want to get rid of it. And that type of stuff identifies with guilt. Okay, you feel guilty. You don't want to get rid of it. So what I would say is, if you have those type of guilts, just remember that it's the memory that you should hold on to and not the item. Okay, does that make sense, guys? I hope so. Okay, then we are guilty of, like I said, the lazy man clutter, the lazy clutter. Those items we just have throwing around all over our house. We put our clothes on the chair. Listen, lazy clutter is when we remove things from a space that had a home. Let's use clothes for an example. When we take off our clothes sometimes, we just throw them on a chair. If a chair is available in your room, and don't lie, I know, yeah, I can see in your house, I can see it. Y'all take off that shirt and y'all were like, I'm too tired. I changed my mind about wearing this outfit, so I'll hang it up later when I get home from work. Right now I'm in a rush. And then when you get home from work, you still don't hang that outfit up that you changed your mind about. You just leave it on the chair. That's lazy clutter. Okay? If you leaving your dishes in the dishwasher, lazy clutter. All you got to do is put them up. So it's lazy clutter. You're putting things on your countertop, knowing where they go, and you be like, I'll just get it later. Lazy clutter. We all are guilty of it. And there's no need to be ashamed of it, because identifying the type of clutter or the category of the clutter helps you figure out what to do for those things. Okay? And then, guys, I said I was going to do 5. Let's go with, I guess, sentimental and identity clutter is pretty much one and the same. Well, no, it's not, because sentimental is something you want to hold on to, like old cards, children drawings, and stuff like that. Okay, so then you have your personalities, your accumulatory type of situation where it's just there. You're overwhelmed by it. So I'm just not going to even do anything about it right now. I'm just going to let it sit there until I figure out what to do. So you just keep piling it and piling it and piling it. And then it becomes something that's just accumulated over time. Okay. So if you get overwhelmed with the things that are accumulated and you just don't want to deal with it right then, start with something small. In my case, I was that person. In my case, what I did was I'll clean out a small space. Take it slow, like a drawer. If you get overwhelmed easy, and most accumulatory people do, in fact, get overwhelmed fast. That's why it's just sitting there and piling and piling and piling. Get a drawer, clear it out. Don't think about it. Just clear it out and keep what you want to keep, and what don't apply, toss it without even thinking about it, okay? You also have the just in case type of person. You don't want to throw anything away because, oh my God, if I throw this away, what if I need it? I might need this. If I throw it away, then that means I got to go get something else. You see what I'm saying? So create a revisit box. Let me show y'all what my revisit box look like, because I have one. Just a moment. And let me get it for you. I'm trying to grab it, guys. It's up under something else. Okay. It's not big, but I have one. Okay. So my just in case is I want to get rid of these, but I'm thinking I could still use them in another gift. You know what I'm saying? I bought these originally to use in my home, but since my color of my decor has changed, I no longer have a need for these. But just in case I can use them somewhere else, I don't want to get rid of it. See what I mean? And this little mirror, I bought this for, I had an order, and it was a beauty concept for young girls, you know, reminding them to look in the mirror to themselves and speak life over themselves. Well, I had one extra one left over, but I didn't want to get rid of it because guess why? I might need it in another another concept, or just in case I may want to use it for something else. You see what I'm saying? Just in case. And these fairy string lights, I have no real use for them really. But just in case I think of a project, I want to keep it. So I have a just in case box. It's going to be more. So what I normally do when I was in Virginia, I used to keep it for 6 months. If I didn't use it in 6 months or even 3 months, and that box is still sitting there, those items are still sitting in there, I toss them. I get rid of them. So that's what your just in case box is, okay? Because think about it, guys. If you have not used it in all that time, what are the chances you're going to need them? And we all are bargain buyers also. So we just keep buying stuff because it's a bargain. Hence the penny, the penny sales. We buy it because it's a penny. But what are we really using it? What are we using it for? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves when we going. What is the purpose? What are we using these items for? Could we visualize what we're using them for? Or are we buying them just because they are a penny? So the way I stopped myself from doing this was every time I feel like I wanted to buy an item, I write down the item that I wanted to buy, and then I write how much it would cost if I buy it. That way I could know how much money I saved by resisting buying it. If that does that make sense to you guys? I'm a visual person. So if I see that me not buying the items that I didn't necessarily have an idea of what I was going to do with it, or I could just walk away from it and don't necessarily have to have it, but buying it because it's on sale, when those numbers start adding up on my resist list, I'm okay with walking away, because that's money on items that I spent that I'm unsure of what I'm going to use it for, versus money still in my pocket allocated for the things that I know for sure what I could be using those items for. And I'm going to share with you guys my resist funds paid for a lot of my need funds for my business, like my bags, my tape, stuff like that. I'm going to tell you, with my resist funds, I was able to purchase all of those wine bags that LBE showed. I was able to purchase all of my clear boxes that we purchased, the cupcake boxes. All of that stuff came out of my resist money. I was able to purchase 10 packs of the tape that we use, the Easy Tape. That I think it comes in a 6 or 8 pack or something like that. I was able to purchase that much tape, all of those items with that resist money. So you see how you redirect that urge to spend the money on items just because it's on sale that you know you're not going to use, or you may use it. So guys, yeah, start you a resist fund. Just think about it. And then that money that you would have spent, go ahead and put it aside. See, I'm very disciplined when it comes to money. I could sit on it forever. So if you do that and you see how much money you're actually saving by resisting buying that sale item, I can guarantee you, you're not going to want to keep buying everything you see. Okay? And then you have your aspirational type of stuff. Okay? You're a collector of those things that you aspire to be. Like, you want to aspire to be a size 10. So you go buy you a size 10 dress, but you're a size 20. But one day you're going to wear that size 10 dress. You aspire to work out every weekend. So you go buy you go buy your leggings, you go buy your equipment, you go buy all of the things because you aspire to work out. But it never happens. You aspire to be an amazing cook one day. One day, I'm going to turn into a chef. I'm just going to decide that I'm going to be a chef. So let me go ahead on and start buying these cookbooks so I could learn how to cook the things that I want to specialize in when I become the chef that I want to be. So then you got 1,001 cookbooks just lined up and you hadn't cooked a thing yet. Okay? So that's what aspirational collector is. So guys, we have to identify the type of clutter personality we have. We have to identify the type of clutter we have. And once we do those things, it's an easy fix because now we can identify it. We know what we're working with and we know what we have to do to get it done. So we have to learn how to shift the energy. We have to learn how to shift our mindsets. We have to be determined and we have to be accountable. We have to give ourselves some grace and we have to be okay with letting things go or accepting the fact that we got too much stuff. And then once we can do that, then we could move forward with decluttering. Decluttering starts in the mindset. You change your mindset. You declutter it of, okay, I don't feel like doing it. Okay. And then you have the mindset of, I'm going to do it. And then you have to move. You have to start because sitting down is not going to help you start anything. So if you're overwhelmed, start small. Get you a drawer. Clean that drawer out. You're going to be like, oh my God, every time you go in that drawer looks so nice. And it's going to look so nice that you're going to feel like, okay, I can go do the next drawer. It wasn't all that bad. And then you move into the cabinets. You move into whatever space that is going to bring you that same joy. You're like, okay, I'm going to go and tackle this because these first two drawers wasn't all that bad. So let me move over to my medium clutter drawer, then my extra large and larger, super plus clutter box. then you're moving over to those things and you're moving. And then before you know it, that whole cabinet is looking amazing. So that's going to inspire you to go to your closet. That's going to inspire you to go to your pantry. So every time you see something, how beautiful it is, you're going to want to keep going because it feels good to you. What, babe? Excuse me, y'all.
Can you put some butterfly on me?
Okay, tell your daddy because I'm here working, okay?
Okay.
All right, love you. Okay, guys. So, yeah. So we have to know, it's important to know the type of clutter you possess, the type of clutter personality you are, and work like that, okay? We need to learn how to shift the energy in the space, and that's an easy fix. You shift the energy in the space by editing or removing things, switching things around. Sometimes, things can be in your room that doesn't need to be in there. If it stress you out to see it in there all the time, move it out of there and you'll see better. I'm going to tell y'all what I do is each time I declutter, and I used to tell my clients the same thing. When you go into a space and you're going to declutter it, it's already going to be, if you're sentimental, it's going to be hard for you to get rid of things from the get-go. So I want you to take a deep breath with all your clutter, all your everything in there that need to come out. When you get in there, take a deep breath and remember how it feels to take that deep breath. And then once you organize that space, clean that space, then go back in there and take another deep breath. And you're going to tell the difference because the breathing of the air is shortened by the clutter in the room. Do it and see it on the work for you. I want you guys to do it and then tell me how much clearer the air feel, how much easier it was for you to breathe. That's because you're stressed and you're breathing in stressed air. Okay? So when you realize that and you notice that air is going to be different, your room is going to feel cooler, it's going to feel lighter, it's going to feel uplifting. Because why? Those things that stressed you out now are no longer in there. And guys, sometimes, okay, even if your house not cluttered, even if you don't have a real mess, there's sometimes your room could be overwhelmed by a color. That color could just get on your nerve. You could have a vase in there. Every time you see that vase, you just want to throw it across the room. But you don't want to get rid of it because it's holding a space. Get rid of it. Get rid of anything that's in your space that is getting on your last nerve when you go in that room. If you keep hitting your foot on that shelf or on that nightstand or on that vase, get rid of it. Move it to another location or get rid of it altogether. And that's going to automatically reduce the stress of the room. We're talking about we're talking about, creating a calmer space and shifting the energy. Okay? So you shift that energy by removing that item that stresses you the most. Shift it. Okay? So when you do that, then you're going to realize, okay, in your mind, you already know, I moved that, so it's not going to stress me out. I don't have to walk to the side, turn to the side, because now that very thing that I have to turn to the side and walk past is no longer there. Okay? This is going to become one of those bags that I told you I'm going to write on. Y'all see how jacked up it is? And it's got a little tear at the bottom. But I'm going to put some tape over that tear. I'm going to write the size of the bag that go to this. And this going to be the cover for those bags. Okay? Recycle, reuse, guys. These bags are too expensive to just throw it away because they're damaged or they got a little tear or something. You can and it's not too damaged, too bad, then you can always use it to cover something else. You could use it for your small items, okay? So let me put this in my pile for bag sizes. So guys, it's getting done. You see how? It's not taking me no time. These go into those boxes that y'all saw me put up. So it has a home. It's not homeless. It's going right here where the rest of them are. So yeah, guys, I'm not gonna hold you long. As you can see, I'm trying to get busy with doing this zone. What number is this? We're gonna call this zone from here probably over to that shelf over there to the toy shelf. We're gonna call this zone 3. Okay, this desk, my rolling cart with my stuff on it, that's got to have a new location, but it's got to come out of here because my husband got to do the carpets and stuff. So that's got to come out of here. So from here all the way over here, let me show you. From this tip of this box to where you see this box right here, all of that, all the way back to that shelf is zone 3. Okay, guys? So that's what we're going to be working on right now. That's what I'm on now. And it's taking a little time because I have to get these bags that I pulled out hastily and I was lazy and didn't put them back where they belong. Okay? So now I have to suffer the consequences of my laziness. Okay? So now I know that when I'm pulling these bags out, not only am I causing it, the bags to be damaged like this, they don't have a home. I don't know what size they are. So it's going to cost me more time to go and pull out each of these bags and measure and put them in a pile together with like sizes and then measure them to rebag them when all I had to do was not be lazy, not be in a haste, not to rush, and to just put them back where they belong. So I caused my own issue. We have to be accountable. We have to hold ourselves accountable for what we not doing that we should be doing. So guess what? This costing me more time that it wouldn't have cost me had I done the right thing. Okay? So these bags are still in the pack. And what I'm doing with these that are in the pack that I didn't open or put back where it's supposed to be, they already have a a container that I'm putting them in because there's nothing more for me to do with these but to add them with the rest of them. Okay? So I'm going to drop it in its bin. Yep, everything has a bin. And that's part of sorting and organizing at the same time. These bags right here, we were using these. So apparently I took the items out. And what I'm going to do is remove this. I have a box with these items in it. I'm going to fold my bag down because I'm going to reuse this bag. And if I feel like it's too damaged, I'll recycle and reuse it for something else that I could put on my shelf or inside of a tote that I'm housing something in. But as of right now, I'm folding it down and placing it on the shelf with the rest of the clear bags. Okay? And that would be right here. You saw my video. You saw where they were. Okay? Look at this. A mess. Unnecessary mess. Look at that. Money wasted. Okay? But guess what? Since I'm a recycle, reuse type of girl, this, my friend, will be reused. Okay? And some of these bags, what I may do is try to put a dryer to them, like my hair dryer or even my heat gun, and try to flatten out these wrinkles. If the wrinkles does not flatten out with me doing that method, then I will reallocate this bag and use it for something else in my own personal storage. Okay? But however, I'm not tossing the bag. So my recycle reuse bags are right here. And that's where I'm going to put this one. Everything has to have a home. Even in organizing, they have to have a home. Okay? If you do that, then you won't have to like put stuff one place and then somewhere else, okay? Then add it somewhere else. And all these bags, and I'm putting light items together. And this bag is on the sides is over here on the floor because I ran out of shelf space to stretch them out. Again, same thing with this bag. Let's see. Uh-oh. Same thing. Got these. I'm going to put them in their own box right there. And put these right here. See, I don't have to, only time I'm walking away or have to walk away physically from this space is to go put the bags with the other bags that's on my table. Like there's shrink wrap bags over there. There's tiny, tiny bags that's over there. So I have to walk away to put them on that side of the table. Otherwise, everything is right here. All the totes are right here that I need to just drop things in a bucket. And when you drop them in a bucket, they're already with like items. So all you have to do is put it in the rightful place. Whatever shelf I decide to put them on, that's where they'll go. Okay? So that's why it's important to keep like items together, even in sorting them. It may look a mess in the bucket, but at least you know they're the same items. See? Now I can store it like this, folded, or I can store them like this. Whichever one is going to save me the more space in my container that I'm going to store them in, then that's what I'm going to put them in. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? Let me put them right there. I even have a container for these pre-made bags from Dollar Tree. Put it right here. Okay? And we know I have a shelf, a place on my shelf already for these. And this black thing. So I'm going to put them in their rightful place. See, guys, when you already have it organized as to where you know they're going to go, it makes it a lot easier just to say, okay, here's your space. Here's your space. Here's your space. Okay? So that's why it's important that we get this done this way. And I'm very strategic about how I'm placing these items on this shelf. Because I'm putting them according to how I'm going to use them. Like the pink bags that, like the crate kind of bags. See, all of these are just bags that's waiting for other bags to go in. These are the bags that they came in after in my haste. I didn't put them back in their rightful place. So I did have sense enough to keep them together. See what I'm saying? And I stuck them together in this bag. And now I'm going to put them in the other bag. So that when I measure them, I have somewhere for them to go. But I'm not going to measure them until I get every bag in this house laid with the rightful size. I have a whole box outside in my garage of bags that look just like this big box right here. But I'm not overwhelmed by it because I realize and I understand what I have to do and what I did wrong. So now I know that going forward, I can't be lazy and do this. I have to put my items back where they belong. And yep, I'm okay with saying I was lazy. I was. And I mean, I'm transparent. I was lazy. I was in a rush. And I was like, I'll do it later. I don't have time right now. I need to get these things done and out of the way. That was my mentality of, that's why I was like this now. Because I did not take the time to put them in their rightful place. And I'm suffering the consequences because look at how much time it's taking me to do this. When if I would have done the right thing the first time, it would save me a lot of time. And I could already be on something different. Okay? So we create our own mess. We really do. We create our own mess by not doing what we're supposed to do. We're not doing it responsibly. Let's say that. Whether it be in a rush or not, it's still not where it should be. Okay. And so that's costing us time. And we all know what? Time is what? Money. So the time that I'm spending organizing my space, I could actually be making some money by designing some baskets. But since I did not do what I was supposed to do, I now have to suffer the consequences of my actions and take up time that I have to spare, but I don't have to spare, if that makes sense. And that happens a lot, and that's okay. You know, we have to understand that we're the problem. These bags ain't dumped themselves out. We did. I did. So I have to be held accountable for me being lazy. So these bags like this is lazy clutter. Okay? These are some bags that I have. And all my Christmas items are going to be stored lower because that's what the season I'm in now. So when I store these bags, they're going to be where I can get all my Christmas stuff. Okay? And nope, it's not homeless. It has a space. I just have to bring this space into the space. Okay? But it's not homeless. So there you have it. More plastic bags, clear bags. I wasn't so lazy, guys. I kept these in the pack this time. Look at them. They're still in the original package that they came in. So I'm going to put them where they need to go. And it looks like I may have to even make a second space, like an overflow type of situation, because I have more bags like these. And more sizes. And all of them are not going to fit in the totes that I have up here. So what I'm going to do is create an overflow tote for these items. And once I use the ones that are on the shelf, I'll refill them with these. And that's okay. It's okay for your stuff, everything not going to fit on your shelf at one time. And that's okay. Because you could relocate and you could, you relocate and you add as you go. If you use stuff up, just refill it. Restock. Restock what you need to use, what you're using. That's all you have to do is just restock it. And once you restock it, you'll be happy with what you're doing. So it may take a little work to restock it. Okay, Ann. What's the big deal? Restock it. Don't be lazy, see? This is where it goes. These items go. And I'm trying to turn my thing. Hold on, guys. I got y'all right up on it, don't I? See, this is where my plastic bag goes. And you see, I already have some right here. So I'm not going to force any more bags right there because it's already filled to capacity. These are the rounds that goes into those boxes, the cupcake boxes. These are my decorative boxes that I was telling you about. Let me turn you down some. These are my decorative boxes that I'll be using for Christmas. And these, I have a birthday event coming up. So I got to make some loop bags. So I'm going to be using those. These are my Christmas boxes that I'll be using for Christmas. And so are these items down here. Okay? So that's what I mean by having it to where you're going to be using it. Okay? Yeah, my stand is a little different, child. Ooh. All right, so guys, I'm not going to hold you long. I just wanted to come in and run a few things by you. So now I'm going to get back to work and continue to organize these things and place them where they need to go. And I got a late start today, but the good news is I started. So guys, that's all you have to do is start. Just start. You have to move, okay? You stand up. Once you stand up, it's endless. You can just keep going from there. But you have to stand up first. Okay? Get up. You get up, you're gonna move. Don't get up and just stand in one place. No, get up and move. Like I said, just do a drawer. That's fine. But guess what? You're moving. And that one drawer that you've done, is one drawer that you don't have to do. Some people have to take baby steps, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. When it become a problem is when you just standing there looking and not moving. When you're just sitting there saying, oh my God, this is too much. Where to start? Just start. It doesn't matter where. Just start. Okay? I already told y'all to write down your plan, what you would like to see, what you would like to do in that room, and just move from there. And it's hard. It's easier said than done. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand how this get like this. But understanding the type of clutter personality you are will get you to the place where you need to be. Okay? So if you guys have any questions, any concerns, want to know anything, just let me know. I don't mind answering questions or on anything. Because if I know the answer, I'm going to tell you. If I don't know the answer, I know how to call people and get the answer. I'll tell you, you know what? That's a good question. I never thought about that question, but stand by and let me call somebody that I know for sure know the answer, okay? These are some more loot bags. And because I have a party, what I'm going to do is put these loot bags behind these. That way, I'll grab the loot bags I need for the birthday party and grab these that I need for Christmas, okay? Because if I provide snacks for Christmas, that's what they're going to go in, loot bags. And there's some more bags, guys. See what I'm saying? I'm going to have to put them so that I could just replace them. And I'm okay with that. These are my Christmas boxes. So they're going in my Christmas box section. Okay. These are my bags, my shrink wrap bags. They're going right here for my shrink wraps. And guys, when you're sorting and all your things have a spot where you're sorting, it's easy to whiz by it. This bag already have a spot. It's up here. So guess what I'm finna do? Put it up there. See what I'm saying? Easy peasy. All these bags we be holding on to, throw these things away. Y'all, get rid of these bags, please. I'm guilty. I have so many plastic Walmart bags, I don't know what to do. So many. I have a plethora of them downstairs in my kitchen. But what I do is I fold my bags. I know my friends be laughing at me. But I fold my bags and I put them in one of those shoe totes. You know, that's the stackable ones that you get from Dollar Tree or Walmart. I fold my bags and put them in there and put that right on the shelf in the pantry. And everybody know that shoebox house plastic bags. So if you're trying to carry a plate up out of here, you already know where to get your plastic bag from. Okay? It's a shrink wrap bag cover. However, I don't know where the bags have to go in it, but I'm going to store them with my shrink wrap bag covers. Okay? I have one for my cellophanes and one for shrink wrap. Look at these. Now, I'm not going to have enough space to put these, so they're going to go into the overflow container. Because what I don't want to do is crowd that shelf in that space that I just cleaned, okay? So I have my overflow tote right here of these containers and my overflow right here. These will be going together, okay? There in their container. Okay. This a bag that a bottom note is in. 9 out of 10. This was a bag that I was using just to size something, and this must have been too short, so I didn't use this bag. But again, I have a box that these go in. Make sure you keep your templates, write templates on them if they're your template, so that you could know. And then you write what the template was for, what size bag, if it was for a bag or for a cellophane bag, or if it was for one of your handle clear bags, okay? And that's going to help you when you get ready to do more you'll know, okay, well, this size bag take a 6 by whatever. And so then you look, and if you don't have any more, your template has the size on it, and it has, well, mine have the size on it, and it have small, clear handle bag, okay? With the size on it. And that's just part of keeping it together so that I won't be like, oh, Lord, let me try to figure out what size this is. I already know because I already wrote it down. I wrote it down on the template, and there's a template for every clear bag that I have. Okay, this go with the pre-bag. Let me put them with the pre-wrapped shrink bags. Here it is right here. So yeah, guys, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just going through. So I decided I'll do a video. And so, guys, until next time, be the best you can be. Identify who you are, what type of, what your clutter personality is, and what type of clutter you're harboring. And just go from there. If you have any questions or need some more collaboration, need me to go ahead and let you know more, elaborate more on what it is, I'll be more than happy to do that. Just let me know, okay? We're going to get through this together, guys. We're going to organize and set ourselves up for success, stress-free work zone, okay? That's what we're going for. Okay, guys. Love you guys. Till next time. Bye.